People, deluded. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whoever you are, wherever you are on this earth. I hope you're all doing well and safe. You know, it's 8:31 over here in the UK. I'm kind of tired, to be fair. Like, I wake up quite early. I pride myself on waking up early. I don't like to sleep late, but I'm tired by my own standards. I can't lie, you just saw me look a bit dazed because I'm tired and these lights behind me are waking me up. But the show must continue, man. You know, it is what it is. You know, the good thing is with the football season, it's moving closer sort of thing, people. It's moving closer, but we've still got a long way to go. So we only really have transfer speculation and the occasional talking points. Like, not to go over it, but if you've been watching Champions League, Atlanta versus PSG was very dramatic. Choupo-Moting, you know, people are questioning why he come off the bench. He's proving people right. Neymar, lovely ball, and I think he technically gets an assist after having a tough night. Mbappe showed even of half fit Mbappe is still a dangerous one. And Atlanta showed they're a good side and why you shouldn't rule out anybody. And, you know, regardless of names, wages and status, football is 22 players trying to put a ball over the put a ball over the opposition's goal line and try and score more goals. It's a simple game and it's not one on paper. So it was a fantastic game for the neutrals. But in relation to the transfer news, there's not too much to go on really. Like, it's quite light, people. The first one, obviously for Arsenal, every penny counts, and apparently for the Premier League season last year, Arsenal will receive 148.2 million, which is an increase from 6 million the previous year, despite obviously not being in the Champions League. So yeah, man, that's obviously nice for Arsenal to have a bit more money. Former Arsenal manager, you know, and if you love Arsenal, you have to love Arsene Wenger. I know that probably rattled a few of you. Apparently Arsene Wenger, long story short, Barcelona wanted him to be their gaffer, and every now and again a big club is linked with stuff. Like, he was linked with Munich, Barca, Madrid, all of these things. I don't know if it's legit. I don't think it is. I think he's enjoying where he's at FIFA. But apparently Arsene Wenger has had several attractive offers as of late, with Barcelona being the most recent. But Wenger turned down Barcelona's approach to be their manager, despite discussions around the project and terms that would have been offered. You know, he actually hasn't ruled out returning to football. So we'll see how it goes. Now, I'm sure you've all seen the latest one, Diawara, I can't say his name, of Roma, and Lucas Torreira are linked with swap moves. Allegedly, Arsenal do not want a loan with an obligation to buy. We want to move Torreira on, if we are to move him on a permanent basis. And, you know, Torreira's spoken about his season and how, you know, a mixture of injuries, loss in continuity, obviously losing confidence, playing out of position and being out of favour has all contributed in a not so nice season for Torreira. I like Torreira, but for me, Torreira comes with a lot of baggage. Now, obviously at times reports are manipulated about wanting to return to Italy and things. I think Torreira's a good player, but if you want to return, you don't want to be here, go, because I'm tired of soap operas and things. Torreira's future probably impacts what we do with Guendouzi, because I don't think Guendouzi and him will leave, and if they do leave, I do think it leaves us light in midfield regardless of who comes in, unless two men come in, because you're hearing Ceballos is wanted back at Madrid. You sell Guendouzi, who's probably out of the three the most certain to leave Arsenal and never play next season. If we can get Ceballos on another loan, then fair play. But if we lose Torreira, Ceballos and obviously Guendouzi, you're light in midfield. You're relying on Xhaka and Joe Willock off the top of my head before you talk about bringing people in. You know, there's talk of Partey, Willie, won't he? You know, you're hearing Atletico saying this release clause or nothing. So we'll have to see. That's probably why you're seeing other reports. I would like Diawara. I don't mind him, and I think he's a slightly more physical presence than Torreira. I think he's okay on the ball, and I think, you know, for me, I want someone that can put a foot in. I don't, even if Torreira leaves, I want to see someone with that skill set in our team, because, you know, we need a squad. We need a squad. There's going to be some games, you know, Xhaka and whoever might not be the right fit. So you partner Xhaka with someone a bit more combative, or you take Xhaka out, or you might have somebody. You might even have two ball winners, or and you go with both of them in the midfield. Our midfield should all complement each other. In an ideal world, for me, you have one midfielder like Xhaka or a couple like Xhaka. You know, Xhaka, I wouldn't say, and I mean no disrespect, because I think Xhaka is a good player. He's very underrated, and you see what's left when he's out of the team. But I wouldn't say Xhaka has one outstanding attribute when you look at him. I think he's good. He's like 6 out of 10 at most things. He's not 10 out of 10 at really anything. Maybe, you know, off the top of my head. But I think you need someone like Xhaka. You need someone like Torreira who can put a foot in. You need someone that can dictate tempo. Everybody should add. You need a box-to-box man that, in an ideal world, you know, Aaron Ramsey's goal record season on season in the league's probably probably inflated, but we describe him as our goal scoring midfielder. So you need a goal scoring mid, you need a box to box, you need a DM, you need a deep lying guy like Xhaka who gets everything in check and stuff. You need options. Not everybody. That was one problem of Arsenal. Even when we did have great technical based players, and that could break the lines in abundance. Something that is quite scarce in our team now. We had too many players of the similar makeup, and I feel we need to avoid that. Really, you need Ceballos can break the lines. I think he could do that more, but he's the breaking the lines guy. Xhaka is Xhaka. Torreira is Torreira. You need, even if you remove all three names, I want to see all skill sets in midfield. And midfield is actually an area I'm looking at Arteta with the most scrutiny, to be fair, because our defence is one thing. Our defence clearly needs to improve. It's clearly not good enough. It's a mixture between coaching and needing better personnel. But our midfield, like our defence can only go so far, but I think our midfield get away with a lot. And they've turned a new corner with Xhaka and Ceballos. The next thing is, can they get me some goals and assists in there? And obviously, because Arteta played a couple of midfield roles throughout his time, and that's his position. That's arguably the area I'm looking at for Arteta, not Torreira, to lock down the most and make it look the most convincing. And the time I actually have less sympathy for, because that was you. You should know, on the pitch, you knew how you wanted to receive it, and maybe, considering how you played later on in your career impacts, you probably not wanting Torreira at the base or you wanting Xhaka at the base. So we'll have to see how that one goes, but I would accept it. There's another midfielder and someone who always turns it on against Arsenal, and his memes are always flying around in relation to Arsenal. Bissouma of Brighton, he's been linked with Arsenal and Manchester City as well as Newcastle. Now, I don't know if there's legit interest. I don't know if this is paper invention. Like I said, if Torreira's going to leave, you need someone who can put a foot in or combative, to which he is one of those. So I'm not too sure what to read into this. When he's linked with City again, I do, and I always say it so I don't want to sound like a hypocrite, we always talk about someone's passing ability. If you're a defensive mid and you break down play, then we can, and you do that very well, pretty sure people will concede that. If you do it to a very high standard, people will concede that and work around you. But when you're linked with someone like City, with all due respect, you look at Rodri and Fernandinho playing in that sort of role, even if they're not like for like. Fernandinho definitely picked up a lot of yellows, but he had a bit of ability on the ball. And I'm not saying Bissouma doesn't, he's a Premier League footballer, but is his ball playing ability of the standard for Manchester City? For Arsenal, I wouldn't mind he puts a foot in, but he does rack up a number of yellow cards. And again, for me, you can't say Torreira can't ball play, and we've got concerns over Torreira's ball playing ability, but then bring my man in. It doesn't make sense. Like I said, his role is not ball playing. His is to break down play and redistribute it and recycle it to the more expansive players. So it's not really a thing. But in terms of the makeup of the team and what I assume we want, I don't see how that one fits in personally. But we'll see how that one goes, people. In relation to anything else, there isn't anything else really and truly. There is the typical ones, the Edouards, the Parteys. We're linked with the same old faces again and again and again and again, really and truly. If we are to do any swap deals with Roma, I would like Pellegrini. Apparently he's got a low release clause, can be paid in a couple of installments, which is of interest to Arsenal. He's got that box to box engine sort of thing in him. He can get forward. I think I've made a video about Pellegrini before. Pellegrini, what's his, not Pellegrini, what's my man's name, man? Is it Pellegrini? Yeah, it is Lorenzo Pellegrini. I swear that's his name. I'm thinking there's so many Pellegrinis in Italy. I'm starting to think of the left back that plays for Juventus. But Pellegrini is someone that I would like if we're going to get someone from Roma. But in relation to Torreira, apparently nothing is concrete in relation to the Diawara and Torreira deals. Nothing's advanced, nothing's concrete. So maybe the furthest we've got is external discussions or indirect discussions. Maybe this is just paper talk, because again, Torreira is a want-away player. Allegedly, that provides a move back to Italy for him. And obviously Roma and Arsenal have done couple dealings in the past with Mkhitaryan specifically. So we might be used. And obviously, did Gervinho go straight? He never went straight from Arsenal to Roma. I could be wrong, but we've got decent relations. So we could probably be, agents could be exploiting that. So I don't know what to read into that. But we'll have to see what happens, man. Hopefully we can get a centre-half in for me, and a centre-middle too as well would be a bonus. But, we'll speak about that when it happens. But for now, nothing more to add. It's always a pleasure speaking to you lot, but all good things come to an end. So don't forget to please like, comment, subscribe, and the rest of it. Yeah, man, please comment your opinions. I always love to read you lots of opinions, because we all see football differently. More important, please stay safe and keep doing what you need to do. Until we meet again, people, Deluded, I'm out.